I call the honourable member David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And today we're very privileged in this House to have the presence of the Prime Minister of Zimbabwe, a man that has made a huge commitment to his country and is a leader of his region. And he has, I guess, had to eat a few bitter pills in his time to actually deliver what he wants to see for his country going forward. But that is a true leader, somebody that knows what their country wants, is willing to do what is needed for their country and has the presence and ability to deliver that over time. And we wish him the best in those endeavours. Just like the New Zealand National Party is a party that has the best interests of New Zealand at heart, that is making the right choices for New Zealand and that is willing and able to go through the tough times to make those choices a reality and to make this country good and great. And we are lucky to have the leadership of this country in the hands of the National Party at this time. The Labour Party has no plan. They attack personalities. That last speech from the honourable member was very disappointing in the way that it tried to attack a personality, rather than to go and to look at the real future of New Zealand and to put a plan out there. It's very divisive politics that you see from the opposition. They try and prey on the fears of individuals. They try and prey on those that are weak, and they try and make something out of nothing so that they can actually go out there and be seen as the saviour of all, when they're not the saviour at all. They're not the saviour. They don't believe in New Zealanders or this country. They only believe in themselves and their grand conspiracy theories that you see from parties like the New Zealand First Party in this House this afternoon. Whereas on the National Party's side, we know what we need to do. We need to have a balanced economy, an economy that has the fundamentals right, an economy that invests in those very strong principles of education, infrastructure and development, an economy that looks after people in need, and an economy that delivers for all. And when we hear members across there trying to yell out things from the opposition parties, they don't look at what is actually required for New Zealand. And we hear this in regard to the mixed ownership model. The opposition and Grant Robertson started off today saying it's a transfer of wealth. That's what he's saying. Well, it's not a transfer of wealth. The people that will or potentially buy those assets through the shareholdings are actually sending money to the government for those shares. The government will benefit from that investment. That investment then will be used to deliver more public services for all New Zealanders. If anything, the transfer of wealth is from those that are willing to invest to the government to deliver for all New Zealanders. And that's what is really going to happen, rather than a transfer of wealth as the Labour Party seeks to assert in this House. I thought we had a very good speech today from Chris Finlayson, though. It was an excellent speech, and followed up for his excellent debate at the National Conference. And he spoke about the change in and how the leadership of the Labour Party is determined, and how Dr. Shearer, or Mr. Shearer, has inevitably meant that he's got a prolonged stage of leadership of the Labour Party, which is good news for National, and it's good news for New Zealand because Mr. Shearer will not achieve his goal of being Prime Minister, and that will mean that National has more opportunity at the next election with him as their leader. When you look at the Green Party, though, it is very disappointing what they are doing in this House and in the public eye. The Green Party should be a party that talks about the real issues. The Green Party is a party that should look at the truth and deliver that in this House. The Green Party doesn't do that. The Green Party is a party at odds with its coalition favourites, the Labour Party. And they naturally will be at odds because the Labour Party doesn't want to lose votes to the Greens, and the Greens want to take votes off the Labour Party. That is a marriage that cannot last, and there will be some divisive fighting between those two parties in the next 2 years as they fight over the same territory. The Labor Party has one advantage over the Green Party, is that they tell the truth more often than the Green Party. Not that more, but they do sometimes.
Order.
And that is one thing that the Green Party needs to invest in if they seriously want to vote.
I call the honourable member